how to pass your ACCA SBL examination with a mark of 62% with some top student tips. How CJ did it. Well, if you have your SBL exam, you are in the right place because CJ has kindly given up his time. He's in the library at the moment to walk and talk us through how he passed the exam. But CJ, my friend, introduce yourself to the audience.
Hello, everyone. So my name is CJ, but my actual name is Chiranjay, but it's easier to call me CJ. It's fine. So currently, I've just completed my all ACC exams, and just I'm currently pursuing MSc in finance as well in University of Birmingham. And so
Fantastic.
yes, and I'm just quite happy to be with James and share some experience and that can help you. So.
Fantastic, CJ. Well, let's get straight into it. How did you pass the exam? What worked well for you? If you had to do the SBL exam again, how would you go about it?
So I think SBL is really like one of the most interesting exams like for ACCA because it's more practical. It's more like, how would you be in like a practical world? Like how would you interact with CEOs and how would you interact with chairman and
Mm,
how. So for me, I think it's more like you have to think like a consultant, like actual consultant or actual CEO on that position. So if that's your mindset, then I think that's like one of the first things you have to do for this exam is to act like get the mindset of a CEO or a consultant in a way.
mm.
And yeah, I would say that it's more and just you have to understand all the just the main thing is that you don't have to kind of memorize all the rules and all the stuff. It's more about understanding the models and how to apply those models in the relevant areas
Mm.
and such.
I
So I would say, yeah.
completely agree with you there, CJ. And what area did you find most challenging about the SBL exam? If you were to think back to when you were revising, what's the most hardest part for you?
I think it was really about like which modules to use in those exams because the situations are quite like you have to really understand the situation where they're trying to uh, all the information and stuff. It's like you have to really understand that, and I think yeah, that was it. Like applying the modules and stuff.
Nice, nice. And lots of students have got to deal with the pre-seen materials, the pre-seen notes. How did you go about actually analyzing those notes, applying them in the exam? Like, how could a student benefit from your advice?
I would say that the pre-scene, yeah, definitely, it's like the main thing. It's like the thing is that the pre-scene, it's not a lot of questions are taken from that. It's just the context of the company. It's just
Mm,
like what the company is about, what their values are. You can understand the values of the company and how you can kind of align your answers to their values. That's what really matters. So it's like it's not too much of a context. It's not like, oh, if you haven't really prepared for pre-sync then you're done. It's not like that.
mm.
So you have to kind of it's more like additional marks you can get through pre-sync.
Yeah, yeah.
So I would say that.
It's
Mm.
the application of the pre-seen materials on the exam day,
Mm.
and you also get new information on the exam day that you have to think on your toes to say, did I read something about that in the pre-seen materials? Did I not? How did you
Yeah.
get on with, say, time pressure on the exam day? Was it okay or?
Yeah, definitely. Time pressure, you have to really prepare like for the time constraints because there's gonna be constraints, like time constraints, because you're trying to like you have to understand, like you're trying to like remember or you're trying to think of an answer and like time just gets away. So you have to kind of uh, put the answers in a structure. Like for
Mm,
example, if the question asks like a report or something on financial advantages or disadvantages, then you have to have like it depends on the marks. If the marks of the question is like 16 marks, so you need to have like 16 points, which with one or two bullet points below. So you kind of have to think of that and also think of each question of taking like the exact time.
mm,
So for example, one mark is for like 1.8 minutes, right? So if it's like 16 marks, so you need to have like around 32 minutes or something. If it goes beyond that, you just have to skip to the next question. So you can
Hmm.
have like a proper time for each. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, lots of students always ask me this, so it'd be interesting to
Mm.
hear what you've got to say on it, CJ. In terms of
All
mock
right.
papers that you did for the SBL exam, how many did you do in advance? Did you do the specimen exam on the CBE platform? What worked well for you?
Yeah, I think I've done like the most importance I've given was the last one, the pre-mock exam. And I've tried others as well, but not much. It's just I just seen the question. I'm like trying to do the question, but it's like okay, I just see the answer and what it says and everything. So yeah, but mostly I practice the last one, pre-mock. So yeah, it
Ri-
definitely helps a lot.
Right. And in terms of covering the syllabus and your sort of journey with SBL, was it all plain sailing? Was it all, a positive experience, or did you take a bit longer with the actual materials to understand them?
So so the thing is, I was procrastinating a bit like in the initial time, like almost a month. Then I actually had some free resources from YouTube, with James Wright as well. I used some of his resources. And there was another guy who was like a really, there's another person who is Hassan Dosani, if I think some students would know. He's like the one of the best people for SBL resources. And he has like a one video which covers all the modules, covers all the models and all the main topics for SBL that you need to be aware about. I think it really helps a lot in doing it.
Oh, nice. And the other thing, which whenever I do videos on the SBL exam or looking through a past
Okay.
paper, how did you
All
get
right.
on with the CBE platform? Like, did you do lots of practice questions on the CBE platform in your revision, or did you do lots of things pen and paper, or what worked best for you with revision and question practice?
Yeah, definitely. I tried the questions. Like I didn't really focus on the entire mock. I was just focusing more on the questions and how the questions were done. And I tried to like practice my questions in that way and see the answers, like how much it differed to my answer and such.
Right.
And also
Oh,
like Chat GPT also helps a lot in really like gives you a lot of insights, a lot of your feedback and stuff. So it's really helpful in a way currently. Hmm.
nice. Yeah, I know lots of students who use AI to
Yeah.
help them with their revision or prompt AI to give them more questions or feedback. So yeah, if it's going to
Mm.
work for you, then fantastic on that. I mean,
Mm.
ACCA have lots of free resources. Like they have
Yes.
the external examiners reports, technical articles, lots of other free things on their study platform. Did you use any of
Mm.
those in your preparation to help you pass?
Definitely. I use the examiner reports. Like that is like one of the most important reports. You have to see that before the exam because it tells you exactly where students make mistakes and where students like get behind, where they lose the marks. It's like you have to get it. It's like the must see
Yeah.
report, like for each and every exam. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And I guess a good thing to ask you would be if you had to study for the SBL exam again, what would you do differently that you did when you passed it?
I think I would spend more time practicing it as much as practicing it because it's just about practicing. It's not about memorizing or knowing the models. It's just practicing. This is the most practical paper like out of all the ACC papers. So you need to just practice, practice, and practice.
Yeah, I completely
Hmm.
agree. And applying your knowledge back to the scenario, like you touched on before, the theories, applying the company's name, acting as if you are actually an analyst or a consultant, should we say, that's interpreting this company on there. But what mistakes from like people who you studied with do you think that most people make within SBL? Do you think they spend too much time on tuition? Do you think they don't understand and apply the models correctly? Where do you think the mistakes that most people make, which will mean that they could fail the exam?
I think it's really about like they try to really just get through the study text and try to read through exam kits. It's not really as useful as practicing by yourself. and really applying the models by yourself. Because the more you practice, the more you would understand how to really, naturally like do those things. That's the main thing because like compared to other exams, you could just, maybe learn through study kit and get through like exam kits and stuff. It's you can still pass it, but for SBL, it's quite a different,
Mm,
like it's a different thing. So you
yeah.
have to practice. Yeah. Mhm.
Practice and also with the time pressures we talked about,
Definitely,
doing it
definitely.
to time under exam conditions, and that is
Yeah.
definitely going to help on there. But CJ, are there any other final golden nuggets that you have about the SBL exam that helps you to pass that you could share to help another student to get 50 plus?
So yes, I would say that you can watch the Hassan Tosani video, which is around like 10 hours, which covers all the important key models about the SBL, everything. And from that, you can just practice the questions from here, then like just after that, definitely. So that's the one video you have to see if you're giving SBL exam. And yes, and the second thing is keep practicing, keep practicing, keep practicing. It's never
Yeah,
enough. It's never enough.
I agree. I agree. And even just sort of planning out your answer, lots of students write answers in the SBL exam, but don't actually answer the requirement. So when you are doing these practice
Exactly,
questions,
exactly,
just make sure that you are answering the requirement because I read so many answers and they've written pages, but it doesn't actually answer the question. So you have to give them naught or
exactly.
maybe 1 mark. So
Definitely, definitely. That's the main issue. It's because of the they don't really understand the requirements and they don't really know how to apply those theories into those requirements. So definitely, yeah.
fantastic. Well, thank you so much, CJ. And what I'll do is for the lovely viewers out there, I'll put all the details that we've talked about in the video, resources for SBL in the description of the video to check it out. Any final best wishes, CJ, for the students watching ahead of their exam?
It's just, best wishes for you. And, if anything, even if you fail, it's still you're still getting ahead. You're still getting clear direction. So do not worry. Keep trying. It will happen. You will pass it.
Fantastic. Well, guys, best of luck with your exam. Thank you so much again, CJ, and we'll see you on the other side for another video soon.